Good evening. My hat is off to you Tea Party activists. You have made a huge difference in the politics of the United States. We appreciate it. Tea Party activists have been called have been described many ways. I think the best description is America's patriotic surge. My hat is also off to Jan Brewer and the Arizona folks who brought us 1070. What we're finding is a milestone in the 50 to 90% support for this bill. The stronger the support gets, the more hysterical the pro-illegal faction gets with their denunciations of the bill. Unfortunately, they haven't read it. They don't understand the law. And what is their allegations? Profiling. Well, that's a red herring, subterfuge. They just don't want immigration laws enforced. 1070 requires a lawful stop and then a reasonable suspicion. It specifically prohibits profiling. There's decades of case law to support the anti-discrimination complaints if they arise. The potential of profiling is not adequate reason to abandon immigration enforcement. Flimen has two major goals, that is to smash amnesty and then to proceed with enactment of the Florida Citizens Employment Protection Act. Amnesty has been redefined so many different ways, but amnesty is a waiving of a penalty. The penalty is subject to deportation. Amnesty and law enforcement are contradictory and mutually exclusive. You can't be for amnesty and for immigration enforcement. Our hard lesson learned was in the 1986 amnesty, where 3 to 4 million illegal aliens were given amnesty, but the promised enforcement never followed. There are 6 reasons to oppose amnesty. Number 1 is the rule of law. We can't just pick and choose which laws we're going to enforce. The second reason is we have to stop the incentive. Now, many people say, well, we have 12 to 20 million illegals, we'll let them in. Well, guess what? The impact is going to be far, far greater than 12 to 20 million, because the immigrants can petition to bring in all sorts of other relatives. Heritage Foundation estimated in 2007 amnesty would have brought in 103 million immigrants legal over a 20-year period, and that excludes the incentive of illegal immigration. So the population impact is horrendous. You have to stop the incentive. The third reason is save jobs. We have so many Floridians out of work. We need to get them back to work. The fourth reason is costs. FAIR estimates $3.8 million annually in the state of Florida. The fifth reason is degradation of services. Prime examples are overcrowded schools. Another example is the closure of emergency rooms. All of our services are getting degraded due to illegal immigration. And the last reason is crime. Crime is inherent in the illegal alien underclass. It's involved in prostitution, drug smuggling, human smuggling, document counterfeiting. Now, this is a tough issue. And it's a tough issue because there are 3 distinct groups, I call them supremacists, that think that they have reasons that are above the rule of law. The one group is the moral supremacists. For example, the Catholic Church. They say, oh, it's immoral. But yet, the United Nations Human Rights Declaration says people can leave their country and return to their country, but it does not give them the right to break the laws of another country. The second major group are economic supremacists like the Chamber of Commerce, which has a huge lobbying effort to get laws not enforced for a subset of their members. And then the third supremacist group are the racial and cultural supremacists who think that they have reason for their special group not to adhere to the rule of law. These supremacist groups are wrong and has to be stopped, and we are not going to let amnesty happen. As Jack had said, we, Flimen, pushed for a full E-Verify bill. We couldn't get any sponsors. About 3 weeks into the last session, we decided to support HB 219. As Jack said, this is a bit of a milestone. It passed the House 112-0. We can thank Adam Hasner, and we are honored with having Sandy Adams here tonight, whose leadership got that bill through the House. The Senate sponsor was Nancy Feeder, and she deserves credit as well. And as Jack said, and I want to reiterate this because I think it's important, Sandy's bill, HB 219, as well as other immigration enforcement legislation, was blocked by Senate President Jeff Atwater, who aggressively blocked it. And he had his lieutenant, a guy named Senator Jeremy Ring, block those bills. I have some documents over there, or you can go to flimen.org. It's a rather long story, but we need people to understand what's going on, and we're going to focus, as Jack said, on the incoming House Speaker and the incoming Senate President in the next coming session. It's been tough for the other side to get amnesty through. That probably is not going to happen, but they're going to try for the DREAM Act. The DREAM Act is stealing. It's stealing the dream from the citizen students and legal permanent resident students and taking that dream and giving it to illegal aliens, because there's no new taxes to pay for these limited number of college slots. So as the DREAM Act comes up, remember, it's the Nightmare Act. There's one myth that I'd like to conclude with, and that is that you hear politicians saying, we'll secure the border and then have amnesty. That is really a naive analysis. The problems are far greater than just border security. And here's a prime example of an underexposed issue, and that is document security. There is so much fraud in our documents. They're old, they're not verified against databases. So even if and when the border is secured, all they're going to have to do is show a document to go through a port of entry. And document security needs to be elevated right behind border security as a major issue in this country. And we have to really bring up all of our laws in enforcement through all these agencies. And I thank you so much. Everybody, if they want to go over to sign up for our free Flimen alerts, they come out like once a week or so, and we notify people of what's going on. We solicit your help in getting the E-Verify bill through. We're going to need your help next year. Thank you very much.